Morning class. Okay. Today we have one topic for you, that is Subash Bose. Okay. Yesterday I discussed about Mahatma Gandhi, right? Now today we have just one topic, that is Netaji Subash Bose. Netaji Subash Bose. Netaji Subash Bose. Netaji Subash Bose. We all know the role of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, right? Now comes Netaji. Another one person who is coming closer to him is Netaji Subash Bose. He's the man who revolutionized the national movement in India. But for him, his approach is different. His approach is force. Alright. His main approach is force. For Mahatma Gandhi, everything in India has to be achieved by truth and non-violence. But for this man, he will use force. Alright. Netaji. Netaji means respected by all. Respected by all. What about Mahatma? What is the meaning of Mahatma? Mahatma means Mahatma Gandhi. Actually, his name is Gandhi, right? But why Mahatma? Mahatma means great soul. Okay. That's the thing, right? It's a very important from the NPC point of view. It's a very important from the NPC point of view. Mahatma means great soul. And Netaji means respected by all, respected by all, respected by all. Right. Respected by all. So we will first see the personal life of this person, Subash Bose. The role of Subash Bose in the freedom struggle. Today the topic is the role of Subash Bose in the freedom struggle. Subash Chandra Bose. Subash Chandra Bose. It is like this. Subash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1997 at Kotek, which is in present day Asia, right? He was born on 23rd January 1897 at Kotek, and he died on 18 August 1945 at Taiwan. He died in an air crash. Unfortunately, the greatest revolutionary, he was unable to see the freedom of India, even though he fought tirelessly. Unfortunately, Subash Chandra Bose was unable to see the Indian freedom. He died on 18 August 1945 in Taipei, present-day Taiwan, in China. He died in an air crash. Most people suspect that it was arranged by someone, right? But you never know. But from the modern India point of view, please remember, on 18 August 1945, he died in a place called Taipei, which is present-day Taiwan. Air crash. He's from West Bengal. I've been there, okay, West Bengal. The people of the West Bengal believe that he's still alive. So So he's considered as a living revolutionary, a living saint. Alright. Subash Chandra Bose is considered a living person. He is considered a living person. He is still there. Because they believe that, because see, his body was never brought, right? Only the ashes were brought. So no one believed that he's died. He is still alive. Alright, so that is the belief of the Indians. He is too wonderful. He is the man behind the Indian army, which I want to discuss with you. He is the man behind the Indian army. Behind the Indian army. Okay, it is like this. Subash Chandra Bose started his schooling at driving show collegiate schools in West Bengal. Right. And for a short period of time, he also studied his intermediate study, that means undergraduate in Presidency College. And lastly, he finished his graduation from Scottish Church College, taking philosophy. Too important from the MBC point of view. Taking philosophy. Yes. Scottish Church College. Alright. I happen to study in this college. Okay. It's a very good college in Calcutta. Alright. It's a very wonderful college. So he happened to graduate from this university. So too important from the MBC point of view. Scottish Church College. He was also like you. He wants to go for UPC exam. Alright. And those days, exam was held in London. Alright, exam was held in London. So in the year, he went to London, 1920. And fortunately, the first attempt, he got through. 1921, let's write down. In the year 1921, he got through the UPC exam. Wonderful. He traveled to London for Indian Civil Service and cracked the exam the first attempt in the year 1920, not 1921, 1920. 1920 is the year he cracked the exam. And in the year 1921, he came back to India. In the year 1921, he came back to India and participated in the non-cooperation movement last time. This right now, this is a story. This is important. UPC is very much about conceptual now. Subash Chandra Bose cracked UPC exam in All India Services in the year 1920, returned to India in the year 1921, joined the movement of non-cooperation movement led by Mahatma Gandhi, and wrote a very important journal, Swaraj. Swaraj means self-independent, right? He wrote a very important journal in the year 1922, Swaraj. Swaraj is the journal he wrote in 1922. He published a very important English journal known as Swaraj. In the year 1938, he became the president of the Indian National Congress. In the year 1939, he also became the president of the Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress, 2 times. Okay, two important. Very important from the APC point of view. Very important from the APC point of view. In the year 1938, he became the president of the Indian National Congress. Haripuri season. 1939, also he became the president of the INC, Tripuri season. 2 times. Subash also became the president of the Indian National Congress 2 times. But he knows he has the greatest differences with the greatest man, Mahatma Gandhi. He never believed in Mahatma Gandhi. That's the reason now he's going to resign. Too important. That's the reason he's going to resign now. He never believed in non-violence. For him, India should get independent by force. Since it was the British who ruled India by force, we will also use force. Yes. So, unfortunately, he resigned from the presidency of the Indian National Congress in the year 1939. Too important. To the police season. In which season Subash Chandra Bose resigned from the presidency? 1939. 1939. Because he had differences with Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest man of India. I had differences with Mahatma Gandhi. So I have to resign. Since I believe in force, I never believe in non-violent. I never believe in non-violent. Yes, here. Individual Satyagraha, which year it was launched? Yes, here, first. Individual Satyagraha. Yes, let me. 19? Here. Yes, 19? You give me answer, yes, 19? Individual Satyagraha, the only symbolic movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi, right? Here, it is 19. One mark. Second World War. I'm giving you one hint. Second World War, Spain. 19? 17 October 1940. Too important. But why? Okay, then why did Mahatma Gandhi launch the individual Satyagraha? There should be some reason, right? Huh? Yes, something. Yes, sure. Why was announced? The British declared to the world that India is also fighting the Second World War, right? Without consulting the Indians, right? That's the reason Mahatma Gandhi launched the individual Satyagraha. Subash Chandra Bose also joined it in the year 1940. Too important. Subash also joined the individual Satyagraha, which was launched by Mahatma Gandhi. He also was against India, declaring a war, right? The Second World War. So he also participated. Too important. Chitranjan Das is political guru. Chitranjan. Yes, Chitranjan Das is the political guru of Subash Chandra Bose. Okay. Like Gopala Krishna Gokhale, Mahatma Gandhi, for him also is a political guru. Chitranjan Das. This political guru. Chitranjan Das is the political guru of Subash Chandra Bose. Now see, right after he resigned from the Indian National Congress in the year 1939, Subash Chandra Bose formed the Forward Bloc. For the liberation of India. Right after he resigned from the presidency of the Indian National Congress in the year 1939 to the police season, he formed the Forward Bloc for the liberation of India. To get independent, right? Forward Bloc is an extremist bloc. To shed blood, to use force to get independent. It's an extremist bloc, extremist group, just like a terrorist, to fight against the British. 22nd June 1939, he formed the Forward Bloc. Too important for the liberation of India. 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 Now, see, obviously it is the British who will arrest him, right? So now he must run away to other country. Now, Subash is going to run away from India. Till now he's in India. But since he's formed a fourth law, now he's going to run away. He needs the support of the extremist group right outside India, who is against the British. Now Subash is going to make an alliance with those countries who is fighting with the British, like the German, like the Japanese. Now he's going to make an alliance. So now he's going to go outside India. So let's see. Firstly, from India, he went to Afghanistan. Okay, in Afghanistan, he has taken the name Muhammad Zaidin. Too important. In Afghanistan, he changed his name into Muhammad Zaidin. And from Afghanistan, he reached Russia. And in the month of April 1941, he reached Germany and changed his name into Orlando Mazuda. Too important. In Germany, he is known as Orlando Mazuda. Moktisina, Freedom Army, Freedom Army. In Germany, with the help of Hitler, he formed the Moktisina, which is the Freedom Army. In Germany, he made Hitler, but he changed his name to Orlando Mazuda. Very important. In Germany, he's known as Orlando Mazuda. In Germany, he's known as Orlando Mazuda. In Germany, he is known as Orlando Mazuda. From Afghanistan, he went to Russia. From Russia, he went to Germany. In Germany, again, in the month of November 1941, he formed two organizations. In the month of November 1941, he formed two organizations. Free Indian Radio, Free Indian Society, to help the Indian fight against the British. In November 1941, he formed two organizations. Free Indian Radio, Free Indian Society. Free Indian Radio, Free Indian Society. So this, remember, the process from Afghanistan till Russia, from Russia till Germany. Till now he's in Germany. So see, Hitler promised to help him. Yes, Hitler said, I will help you. Because Germany is also fighting the British, right? So he took the help of Hitler. He took the help of Hitler. Hitler promised him help. Hitler promised him help. For that reason, Freedom Army was formed. Moktisina. With the help of Hitler, he formed the Moktisina. On 1st September 1942, Indian Army was formed by Mohan Singh. The Indian Army, which we have now, right, was formed by Mohan Singh. Actually, it was not Subash Chandra Bose who formed the Indian National Army. It is Mohan Singh, an Indian Army. It was Mohan Singh who formed the Indian National Army. Mohan Singh formed the Indian National Army with the help of the Japanese. Too important. With the help of the Japanese. With the help of the Japanese. With the help of the Japanese, it was. With the help of the Japanese, the Indian National Army was formed on 1st September 1942. So what I want to tell you is that Mohan Singh was captured by the Japanese. So he is the president of the Japanese. Alright. Mohan Singh is the president of the Japanese who was captured by the Japanese. But Japanese is against the British again. Japanese is also fighting with the British, right? So they released this person and asked Mohan Singh, you form an Indian National Army to fight with the British in India. So Mohan Singh formed the Indian National Army with the help of the Japanese. Because the Japanese is against, the Japanese is going to come to Kohima. Yes or no? Japanese is going to come to Kohima now. Remember it. So what happened is that it is like this. Even though it was the Japanese who helped Mohan Singh to form the Indian National Army, the Japanese can give him a warning. You can form the Indian National Army, but the soldiers should be only 2,000. You can form the Indian National Army, but your soldiers should be only 2,000. But Mohan Singh said, no, I want to have 20,000. Mohan Singh said, no, I want to have 20,000 Indian soldiers. 2,000 is too less for me. For that reason, Mohan Singh was arrested again. Mohan Singh was arrested by the Japanese. Alright, because of that reason. Even though he's the man who formed the army, he was arrested because he said, I want to have 20,000, which is too much for the Japanese now. So now, it has come to an end now. Even though he formed the army, almost coming to an end, right? Now, we will see the coming of Subash Chandra Bose now. Singapore. The second phase for the formation of Indian National Army, the real formation of the National Army, came with the arrival of Subash Chandra Bose. Subash Chandra Bose is coming from Germany to Singapore now. Mohan Singh was arrested in the year 1942? Yes. So now we see the arrival of this man, the greatest man, Subash Chandra Bose, in the city of Singapore. Arrival of Singapore, arrival of Subash Chandra Bose. In the year 1943, we see the arrival of Subash Chandra Bose in the city of Singapore. Right, 1943. 1943, too important, 1943. He arrived in the city of Singapore, 1943. Singapore. So, on 5th July 1943, he reorganized the Indian National Army and became the supreme commander of the Indian National Army. Too important. On 5th July 1943, he reorganized the Indian National Army and became the supreme commander. Now, Subash Chandra Bose is considered the supreme commander of the Indian National Army. ABC will never ask you Mohan Singh. Mohan Singh is never going to be asked. Alright. ABC will ask who is the supreme commander. So you go for Subash Chandra Bose. They will ask who became the supreme commander and who reorganized the Indian National Army. It is Subash Chandra Bose. But if the question is who formed the Indian National Army, it will be Mohan Singh. 1st September 1942. 1st September 1942. Too important. Arrival of Subash Chandra Bose from Germany. So now he became the supreme commander. But before 1943, he met Japanese Prime Minister Dojo, under the name Abe Bose. Too important. He met the Japanese Prime Minister. Before he reorganized the army also, he has met with Japanese Prime Minister and has taken the name Abe Bose. Too important. In Japan, he is known as Abe Bose. In Germany, he is known as Muhammad Mazuda. In Afghanistan, he is known as Muhammad Zaidi. You see, the name has been changed. The name has been changed. Abid Hussain. Abid Hussain is the name he has taken. Alright. Abid Hussain is the name he has taken. Give me blood and I will give you freedom. It's a slogan which is given by Subash in Malaya. Malaya means Malaysia president. Malaya. He gives this famous slogan. Give me blood and I will give you freedom. That means you have to shed blood. If you want to get freedom, you have to shed blood. Give me blood and I will give you freedom. He gives the famous slogan in Malaya. Now he's going to march on Indians now, right? Now he's going to march. He has already reorganized the army. And give me blood and I will give you freedom in Malaya. Give me blood and I will give you freedom in Malaya. In Malaya. Jai Hind and Delhi Jalo is the slogan given by him. Jai Hind means victory to India, right? Even the Indian army slogan is Jai Hind. Jai Hind is victory to India. Delhi Jalo means go to Delhi. We will capture. We will capture the capacity of the British. Delhi Jalo is the slogan given by him. March on Delhi. Delhi Jalo. March on Delhi. Let's go to Delhi. Let's capture it. Jai Hind means victory to India. Victory to India. Victory to India. Okay, on 21st October 1943, at Singapore, he formed the provisional government. Like during the White India movement, right? He's going to form a government. Just like during the White India movement, so many provisional government were formed and recognized government, burial government, right? So he also formed the burial government known as the provisional government. On 21st October 1943 at Singapore, and he has taken 3%. Lakshmi Swaminathan is going to be the woman development minister. H.C. Chatterjee, the finance minister. M.A. Ansari, the broadcasting minister. M.A. Iyer, the broadcasting minister. M.A. Iyer, the broadcasting minister. H.C. Chatterjee, the finance minister. Lakshmi Swaminathan, the woman department minister. The woman department minister. The woman department minister. That's all. uh, 3-mile regiment. Okay. The 3-mile regiments. So regiment is the Indian Army regiment, alright? See, just like now, even though we have these regiments, right? I'm from Assam regiment, I'm from Naga regiment, you know. So, Subash formed 3 regiments. Named after one himself, Subash Brigade, Jawaharlal Nehru Brigade, Mahatma Gandhi Brigade. And she also formed one lady brigade. Named after the name, Rani of Jhansi, who was a very famous freedom fighter in the revolt of India. Rani of Jhansi, who fought in the revolt of India. He has taken the name of this lady, Rani of Jhansi. So one female brigade, Rani of Jhansi, one female brigade, Rani of Jhansi. Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru Brigade, Subash Brigade. In 1944, the headquarters of the Indian Army, which was in Singapore, was shifted to Rangoon in Burma. 1944 in Burma. Okay, the headquarters was shifted in Burma, Rangoon. Burma. All right. Rangoon, Burma. So that means coming closer, right? See? From Singapore here, now he's coming here. Almost to come to Kohima. Now he's in here, right? Actually Singapore's here, but now he's here now. Coming closer. On 6 July 1944, it was Subash Bose who called Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation. For the first time, the first Indian to call Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation is Subash Bose. On which day? July 6, 1944. Remember the day. July 6, 1944. Remember the day. July 6, 1944. On 6 July 1944, it was Subash Bose who called Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation. For the first time. He's the man. Even though Pope approach is very different, right? No one is going to support each other because Mahatma Gandhi says, I will bring independence by truth and non-violence. But Subash says, I will shed blood. And for that reason, they have a differences. But actually, at the end of the day, both respect each other. Because both are for independence, right? Even though approach is different, we are all for independence. We are fighting for independence. That's the reason. On 6 July 1944. On 18 March 1954, the Indian National Army landed on Indian soil for the first time in the Bishnupur district of Manipur and hosted the national flag at Morin. Too important. For the first time from Burma now, Subash is going to attack India, right? So for the first time, Chai Hain, victory to India, march on India. On which day? 1944. And hosted the national flag in the place called Moryang in present day Manipur district. In present day Manipur. In present day Manipur district. On 6 July 1944. Bishnupur district. Bishnupur district. Bishnupur district. That is the only thing. That is the only thing. That is the only thing. But unfortunately, what has happened on 18 August 1945, Subash died on an air accident, air crash. On top of that, Japanese also surrendered before the world, right? Japanese is attacking India against the British. So one controversy is there. Actually, Subash Chandra Bose is taking the help of the Japanese to attack India to fight against the British, whereas the Japanese is also trying to capture India. Yes or no? So there comes the controversy. Actually, the main goal is to get independence, right? But somehow the story is critical because British are ruling over India. Japanese is trying to capture India, and Subash has taken the help of the Germany and Japanese, right? So Japanese, if they capture Kohima, now we will face the torture, right? Yes or no? Japanese is going to be more harsh than the English. That is the reason why Muhammad Mani suspended the individual standing right yesterday. Because he feels like it is better to live under the British than under the Japanese. Japanese is very dangerous. You see the story. Rambo movies and all, right? Yes, it's very dangerous to live under these people. Asian, especially Vietnam, Japanese and all, no? Very dangerous. Russians and all. But they are trying in space. Okay, they are trying in space. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. So this is how the war came to an end. Unfortunately, there is a controversy. He also died in a plane crash before he got Egypt independent. He took the help of the Japanese to attack India, but actually he is also for independence. Totally he is for independence, alright? He is fighting. Today we have a national army because of him. Today we have a national army because of him. So he is considered the greatest son of the soil. It was Muhammad Mani who said Subash is the date of the greatest son of the soil. We have lost the greatest son of the soil, and it is Subash Chandra Bose. Who said this? Mahatma. And it was Subash Chandra Bose who addressed Muhammad Gandhi as the father of the nation for the first time. On which day? July 6, 1944. That's the end of the journey. This is the end of Subash. So you should remember this. This is very critical, right? But remember, if you know the story, in this interview also same thing. Why is Subash is somehow controversy in the French struggle? Because he took the help of the Japanese to attack India when the Japanese is trying to capture India. But actually, because of the circumstances, he can stand this. He can stand this, right? He from Afghanistan, he went to Russia. From Russia to Germany, he came by sea and come to Singapore. And Singapore, he come to Burma. From Burma, he's coming to attack India. No, he has done a long way. From 1939, he escaped. Yes or no? He wants to get the freedom. Now we will see the type of net revenue which was introduced by the British in India. Alright, the type of land revenue which was introduced by the British when they were rolling over India till 1947. The type of land revenue. During the Mughals period, during the Mauryan period we have seen, right? But now we will see the land revenue which is in India, which was introduced by the British in India during the British rule in India. The first land revenue introduced by the British is Ijadari land revenue system. Ijadari land revenue system. And it was Warren Hastings. It was Warren Hastings. It is Warren Hastings. It was Warren Hastings. It was Warren Hastings who introduced the Ijadari land revenue system in the year 1772, which is also known as the beat system. Beat system means to collect land revenue, the British is going to give to the highest bidder. British will never collect land revenue from the farmers. British will never come directly to collect land revenue from the farmers. They will give to Indians, but only to those Indians who will give the highest revenue taxes to the British. Auction. That means the bid system, right? Ijadari system is the bid system. Just like a contract. Suppose we have 5%. We're all Indians, right? Middleman. We're all Indians, middleman. I said I will give 5 plus. You will say 6 plus. The other says 7, 10 plus. So the British is going to give only to those people who will give 10 plus to the British. Land revenue. So Ijadari system is the bid system. The power to collect the land revenue was given to the highest bidder, which is known as the Ijadari system, which was introduced in the year 1772 by who? Warren Hastings. The person who is in charge of India. The British who is in charge of India is Warren Hastings during this time. So it was Warren Hastings who introduced the Ijadari system, which is known as the bid system in the year 1772. To be borrowed. The right to collect land revenue was given to the highest bidder. The right to collect land revenue all over in India was given to the highest bidder. The right to collect land revenue was given to the highest bidder. Land revenue. The highest bidder will give. No, you have misunderstood. The highest bidder will be given. The highest bidder will give the land. You have misunderstood. The right to collect land revenue, just write down. The right to collect land revenue was given to the highest bidder. That's all. The right to collect land revenue was given to the highest bidder. But by who? By the British. But from whom they will collect the taxes? From the farmers, from the Indians. So it was a very good benefit for the British, worse for Indians. It was very benefit for the British, worse for the Indians. Indian farmers suffered a lot. Right? How can this happen? This type of business now, auctioning now. So, but unfortunately, it is the British which is rolling over India. So we have to go by this Ijadari land revenue system, known as this system. And it was Warren Hastings. It was Warren Hastings who has introduced this. So see, no particular place. Where was it introduced in India? Any place where you have the British rule. Alright. Whatever the language is under control of the British, it was introduced in. And specifically, they have not given any mention about any places where they have introduced this, but they will never ask that. Alright. Just remember, this is known as the bid system. Bid system. next is known as the next is known as the zamindari system or the permanent land revenue settlement. Same thing, zamindari system or the permanent land revenue settlement, which was introduced in the year 1790. The permanent land revenue settlement or the zamindari system. Zamindari land revenue settlement or the permanent system. Alright, and it was Lord Cornwallis. It was Lord Cornwallis. It was Lord Cornwallis. It was Lord Cornwallis who introduced in India in the year 1792. It was Lord Cornwallis who introduced in India in the year 1792. And it is organized, it is introduced in Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, and Northern Karnataka, and Banaras. Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Northern Karnataka, and Banaras. Alright, 5 areas. It was introduced in 5 areas. It was introduced in 5 areas. Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Northern Karnataka, Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Northern Karnataka, and Banaras. 5 areas. 5 areas. So see, who are these zamindars? Zamindar means Indians. They are middlemen. They are the one who collects the land revenue, right? So the right to collect land revenue was given to the zamindars directly here. Here the zamindars is going to collect land revenue from the farmers. Zamindars was given the right to collect the land revenue from the farmers. 10% you can take it, 90% you have to give to the, under the permanent land revenue settlement, 90% you have to give to the British, 10% you have to take it. That's all. And zamindars are known as the middlemen. Who are zamindars? Zamindars are Indians. They are Indians. They are middlemen. They are middlemen. And this system was introduced in Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Northern Karnataka, and Banaras. And it covers 19% of the geographical area of India. It covers 19%. 19%. Zamindari system covers 19% of the total geographical areas in India. 19%. 19%. 19% of the geographical areas in India. And this land revenue settlement was introduced in the year 1793. Okay, the land revenue system was introduced in the year 1793. Land revenue settlement was introduced in the year 1793. Here, who will collect the taxes? Zamindars. If the zamindars is unable to pay the taxes in the right time, the land which is under the control of the zamindar is going to be auctioned off. Too important. Here, who was made the owner of the land? It was the zamindar. Zamindar was made the owner of the land, but not for permanent, not temporary. It is only for temporary. Here, zamindar is the owner of the land, but if you are unable to pay the tax to the British at the right time, which is fixed by the British, your land is going to be auctioned off. Your land is going to be auctioned off by the British. Too important. Don't think that you are the permanent owner of the land. No, just for temporary. And your land can be transferred from one area to another. Who can do that? The British. Your land can be transferred from one area to another by the British anytime. And you are just the owner of the land for a short period of time. If you are able to pay the revenue to the British, they are going to auction off. It will take more time. Too important. It is not for permanent. The land is not for permanent. They will be auctioned off. So see, how many areas in India it was introduced? 19% of the total geographical area. 19%. 19% of the total geographical area. Alright, 19%. 19%. This is the land, this is the permanent land settlement for you. We have two names. One is known as the permanent land revenue settlement, one is known as the zamindari system. Same. Okay. Who introduced in India? Lord Cornwallis. It is Lord Cornwallis who introduced the land revenue settlement in India. It was Lord Cornwallis. It was Lord Cornwallis who introduced it in India. quarry land revenue settlement. One more. Real quarry land revenue settlement. Real quarry land revenue settlement. Real quarry land revenue settlement. It was introduced in the year 1820 by Thomas Monroe. I'm pretty sure again. Alright. Under this, when I say riots, it means the person who is protesting. Riot means the person who is protesting. That is known as the peasant, the farmers. Farmers were given the right to pay taxes to the British. No middlemen. By now, no middlemen. Zamindars were middlemen. High speeder was middlemen, right? Middlemen are the worst men in the world. No middlemen. There should be no middlemen. Who is made owner of the land? Who is made owner of the land? The farmers. Indian farmers, the peasant, were made the owners of the land, and you have to pay taxes directly to the British now under the real quarry system. But the demand is too harsh. How much percent you have to pay? 45 to 55%. 45 to 55%. You have to pay taxes to the British. This is too much, right? But this is how the British has done with the Indian farmers. So, okay, if you don't pay the taxes to be paid, but the person should pay. Minimum 45 is not 55. It's a huge one. But this is what they have to do. Because they are British, they are foreigners, right? They are very harsh. They are very dangerous. We are like a slave, raids and dog, right? The British consider Indians as a raids and snakes and dog, right? They consider Indians as raids and dogs. So, this is not slave 45 to 55%. You have to pay to the British. It's a very big insult to Indians. Mumbai, Madras and Assam. Mumbai, Madras and Assam was covered under the real quarry system. Mumbai, Madras and Assam was covered under the real quarry system, which means 51% of the Indian total geographical area. 51% of the total geographical land area. 51% of the total geographical land area. 51% of the total geographical land area. And it was introduced in the year 1820. 1820. It was introduced in the year 1820. It was introduced in the year 1820. Mahal means village. Okay. So from every village, the British is going to collect the taxes. Here also, the farmers, the basic man owner of the land. It is the basic, the farmers who have their land revenue directly to the British. And remember, here the demand is somehow better. You have to give 1/3 of the produce. If you produce 3 kg of rice, 1 kg, you have to give to the British. Okay, this is much better, right? This is much better. Out of the 3 kg, 1 kg you have to give to the British. 1 kg you have to give to the British. And see, how many areas it covered? 30%. How many areas it covered? 30%. 30%. How many areas it has covered? 30% of the total British area. Too important. Whole Mackenzie. It was Whole Mackenzie who introduced in India. HOLD. Whole Mackenzie. It was Whole Mackenzie who introduced it in India. Whole MACKENZIE. It was Whole Mackenzie who introduced it in India. It was Whole Mackenzie who introduced it in India in the year 1833. Sorry? 1822. 1822. In the year 1822, it was Whole Mackenzie who introduced it in India. But in North India, it was introduced by Robert Martin-Burks. And who is this Robert Martin-Burks? A British who is known as the father of land revenue system in North India. Too important. Robert Martin-Burks. Robert Martin-Burks introduced in North India in the year 1833, and he is known as the father of the land revenue in North India. Too important. Robert Martin-Burks. Robert Martin-Burks. Robert Martin-Burks is known as the father of the land revenue in North India. Robert Martin-Burks is known as the father of the land revenue in North India, and he's the man who introduced in North India in the year 1833. But all over India, it was the Whole Mackenzie who introduced in the year 1822. Who introduced it in the year 1822? Whole Mackenzie. Whole Mackenzie introduced it in India in the year 1822. 1822. We'll stop here for today. We'll take a short break, right? We'll take a short break. So this is the land revenue segment. Here, who will collect the taxes? Here, who will collect the taxes? It is the farmers. Same thing, they will pay the taxes directly. No middleman, right? How many areas it has covered? India? 30%. It covered 30% of the British India, right? Geographically, India, 30%. So, which is the highest? Real party. How much? 51%. Permanent settlement? 90%. But here comes 30%, right? So, who is higher? Which one is the highest? Real party. Which one is the lowest? Permanent settlement, 90% more, right? And which one? All together, which one is better? Mahal is better, right? Mahal is better because here you have to pay just 1/3. 1/3. Somehow better. Somehow better. Somehow better. So how many, yes, here's the match here. How many settlement we have? Land revenue settlement. How much in India? 4, right? Which one is better? Mahal is better. And the worst one is the Zedali system, right? The big system. Highest bidder. We'll take it. Okay, now lastly we will end up with the revolutionary activities. We have seen Subash Bose, the greatest man, right? But we have other revolutionaries in India. We have other revolutionaries. Revolutionaries activities. Okay, before I give you the notes, just for personal information, Bal Gangadhar Tilak is known as the father of revolutionary in India. And Madam Bikaji Kama is known as the mother of revolutionary in India. They are two persons, both of them, right? Very dangerous. Two powerful. Bal Gangadhar Tilak is known as the father of the Indian revolutionary. And Madam Bikajigawan is known as the mother of the revolutionary in India. Very important from the basic point of view, right? This is just a basic brush. 2 marks, 2 marks. You might get this 2 marks. Yes, possible, possible, very much possible. 2 marks, 2 marks. Obviously, when I say revolutionary, there are men who is going to assassinate, kill persons in India, right? Revolutionary, their main method is assassinate, to kill. They will use force. Okay, their main job is to use force to get independent. So see, in every place, they are going to assassinate some important person. So which I'm going to give you this one. These are very important cases. And that area will be considered, suppose the assassination took place in Alipur. So that case is known as Alipur conspiracy case. Alright, the case which happened in that particular area will be considered as Alipur conspiracy case. The first famous case in India during the revolutionary is the Alipur conspiracy case, which I'm going to discuss with you now. The first famous case in India is known as the Alipur conspiracy case, which happened in the year 1908. Okay, Alipur conspiracy happened in the year 1908. What has happened? The revolutionaries tried to kill Dr. Kingsford, which was a very infamous magistrate. Okay, a lawyer and judge. Very famous, very partial. He's too partial. So the Indian revolutionaries decided that we will kill this person. Kingsford, Dr. Kingsford, right? The revolutionaries tried to kill this person. The revolutionaries tried to kill this person, Douglas Kingsford. And they have chosen 2 persons, Prafula Jaki and Bose. These are 2 men who will throw a bomb. Okay, we will fix a bomb and try to kill this person. This Prafula Jaki and Bose are the 2 persons who threw a bomb to kill Douglas Kingsford. But unfortunately, the revolutionaries were unable to kill him. In fact, 2 ladies were injured. Alright. He also got injured, but Douglas Kingsford was not killed. He was never killed, alright. He survived. He survived. For that reason, the British is going to arrest some people, right? So this is known as a conspiracy. Who they have arrested? Aurobindo Ghosh, Parinder Ghosh, Sajendranath Bose. Three Indians. Three Indians were tried in this case. Three Indians were tried in this case. Three Indians. Aurobindo Ghosh, Parinder Ghosh, and Sajendranath Bose. These are the three persons who were arrested in this case. But by the grace of God, Aurobindo Ghosh was released. Okay, he was acquitted. Among the three who survived, Aurobindo Ghosh. Lack of evidence has led to the release of Aurobindo Ghosh. But the other two were hung. Who were hung? Parinder Ghosh and Sajendranath Bose were hung. And see, Parinder Ghosh and Aurobindo Ghosh are brothers. Okay, Aurobindo Ghosh and Parinder Ghosh are brothers. So who was released? His elder brother, Aurobindo Ghosh. He was released to him. Who was acquitted? Who was released? Aurobindo Ghosh. But unfortunately, the two were hanged. His brother, Parinder Ghosh, and Sajendranath Bose. These two were hanged. And remember, two ladies, two persons, Rafula Jackie and Goviram Bose are the men who threw this bomb. And this Alipur was first happened in the year 1908 in West Bengal. Where is Alipur? It's in West Bengal. Alipur is in West Bengal, right? It's in West Bengal State. West Bengal State. Alipur was first in this. Okay. In the year 1912, another case is known as the Delhi conspiracy case. Delhi conspiracy case happened in the year 1912. What has happened? Delhi conspiracy case. In this case, the revolutionary tried to kill Lord Hardinge, the then Governor General of India, who was ruling over India. Right? The revolutionaries tried to kill Lord Hardinge, who was the Governor General of India. They tried to kill Lord Hardinge, who is the current Governor General of India. So the person who led this assassination was Raspberry Bose. It was Raspberry Bose who led this assassination attempt. And because of this, three Indians were hanged. Vasan Kumar Bishwas, Amir Chand, Abad Bihari. These are the three Indians who were tried in the conspiracy case of Delhi conspiracy. Three Indians were hanged. What was his name? Abad Bihari, Amir Chand, and Vasan Kumar Bishwas. Vasan Kumar Bishwas, Amir Chand, Abad Bihari. These are the three Indians who were hanged in this case. And the person who tried to assassinate is Raspberry Bose. He's the man who did the assassination. Right? They're trying to kill Lord Hardinge, the then Governor General of India. In the year 1912, in the year 1912, in the year 1912. Delhi conspiracy case. Delhi conspiracy case, 1912. Kanpur Bolshevik conspiracy case. Kanpur Bolshevik conspiracy case. Kanpur is Uttar Pradesh. This case occurred in the year 1924. And these are the persons who were involved. Emin Roy, Muzaffar Ahmad, Isse Tengi, Nalina Gupta, Ghulam Hussain, Saukat Osmani, Singara Chitar. These are the Indians who were tried. They tried to overthrow the government, okay? They are trying to overthrow the government of the British. So for this reason, these are the people who were hanged, who were tried in this case. Kanpur conspiracy case, 1924, Uttar Pradesh. Kanpur is that, Uttar Pradesh. Who are the men? These are the men. Ghulam Hussain, Isse Tengi, Nalina Gupta, Saukat Osmani. Muzaffar Ahmed, Emin Roy, Isse Tengi, Nalina Gupta, Ghulam Hussain, Saukat Osmani, Singara Chitar. These are the Indians who tried to overthrow the government. These are the Indians. These are the Indians who tried to overthrow the British government. These are the Indians who tried to overthrow the British government. Who tried to overthrow. Ramprasad Bismal, Ashwa Koilakan, Rajinder Lahari, Murray Lal Gupta, Panwari Lal, Kishab Chakravati, Mugandhi Lal, Sachindra Bakshi, Chandrasekhar Azad, Mamanath Gupta. These are men who tried to rope a train in the year 1925 in Uttar Pradesh. Kaburi is in Uttar Pradesh, right? There are men who tried to rope a train. Kaburi conspiracy case. Kaburi conspiracy case. Kaburi conspiracy case. 1925. Kaburi conspiracy case. Another in Uttar Pradesh. They tried to rope a train to fight. See, they'll get the money and they'll fight against the British, right? So they had to rope a train. I think you've seen this movie. These are men who tried the movie, right? And the movie conspiracy case. Kaburi train robbery. Kaburi conspiracy case in the year 1925. And these are the men. So many men, right? Ram Prasad Bismal, Ashwa Gulagar, Rajendra Nari, Panwari Lal, Marlal Gupta, Mamanath Gupta, Chandrasekhar Azad, Sachindra Bakshi, Kishab Chakravarti, Mugandhi Lal. These are the Indians who were tried in the Kaburi train robbery. Robbery means they try to assassinate. Steal all those train products and all, right? Which is coming on. Lahore conspiracy case. Lahore conspiracy case, one of the famous case again, Lahore conspiracy. Two Indians, Bhagat Singh, Padukeshwar Dut, they threw a bomb when the partition was going on in India. They threw a bomb when the partition was going on in India against the passing of public safety and trade dispute bill. Two very infamous bills will be passed by the British. What are the two bills? Trade dispute bill and public safety bill. This bill, if it is passed, is going to control the freedom of the people. If this two bills pass, it is trying to restrict the liberties of the people in general. All the Indians' liberties is going to be stopped. So people protested against it. This is too much. Why should we will never allow to pass the public safety bill in the trade dispute bill? And for this reason, two Indians on 8 April 1929, a bomb was thrown inside the assembly. Two Indians, Padukeshwar Dut and Bhagat Singh. I think you have seen this movie. Ajay Devgan is the Bhagat Singh. Okay, Ajay Devgan is the Bhagat Singh. Actually, the bomb was thrown not to kill the people, but to alert the British that we are against the people. See, why was the bomb thrown? To kill the person? No. To arouse the British that we are against the passing of this bill. No one was killed. Okay, it was a bomb, but it was just like there was no harm. No explosion was there. Just to alert the British that we are totally against the public safety bill. and the track is good. We just put the room. Bomb inside the assembly hall. For that reason, 3 Indians were hanged. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Shakti were hanged on March 23, 1931. Doing what from the ABC point of view. On 23rd March 1931, on 23rd March 1931, on 23rd March 1931, 3 Indians. Shakti, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Shakti, 3 Indians were hanged. March 23, 1931. Because of this reason. And they were hanged in which case? Lahore conspiracy case. Lahore conspiracy case. Lahore conspiracy case. Lahore conspiracy case. Mirror conspiracy case. Last case in India. After this, we're going to stop today. Alright, this is the last case. Mirror conspiracy case. Mirror conspiracy case. 1939. Here also, these are the Indians who were hanged. S.A. Denji, Dr. G. Adhikar, B.C. Joshi, S.S. Mirashkar, Muzaffar Ahmad, Sawat Osmani. I think some of the Kanbo conspiracy are also involved here, right? The name is similar. Some names are similar. Same person were involved. These are Indians who were trying in this case. They are trying to overthrow the government. These are Indians who tried to overthrow the government, right? They tried to overthrow the British government. That's the reason they were trying in this case. Which case? Mirror conspiracy case. Mirror conspiracy case. Mirror conspiracy case. Now I'm going to give you some revolutionary which happened outside India. But that is also fine for Indians, okay? Revolutionaries of India which was from outside India. Indian House is a revolutionary started outside India in London. Okay, India House is also a revolutionary party which was started in London in the year 1904. By who? Shyam Krishna. A revolutionary which was founded outside India is in the city of London by 70 Bristol 904 in the city of London. Abhinav Bharat is another revolutionary activist, another revolutionary group which was founded in the city of London in the year 1906. It was B.D. Savarkar. Okay, it was B.D. Savarkar. Who formed in the year 1906 in the city of London? B.D. Savarkar in the city of London. Indian Independent League, another revolutionary which was started in the year 1907 in the city of California, America. Indian Independent League is another revolutionary which was formed in the year 1906-7 in the city of California, in America, and it was Taranat Das. It was Taranat Das who founded it. Kadar Party, San Francisco, same in America. Kadar Party is formed in the year 1913 by Lala Hardale, another revolutionaries party. Kadar Party was formed in the year 1913 in San Francisco, which is America again, and it was founded by Lala Hardale. Lala Hardale. Lala Hardale. Next, one more. Indian Independent League was formed in the city of Berlin. Berlin is Germany, by Lala Hardare and Virendranath Chattopadhyay. Indian Independent League was formed in the city of Berlin, and Berlin is the city of Germany. Right, Berlin is the city of Germany. And it was two Indian, Virendranath Chattopadhyay and Lala Hardare. Lala Hardare. Last one more. In the city of Kabul. One more. Raja Mahendra Pratap. Raja Mahendra Pratap. Indian Independent League in government was formed in the year 1950 in the city of Kabul. Kabul is the capital city of Afghanistan by Raja Mahendra Pratap. And Indian again. And all these were trying to attack India against the British. Okay. They are trying to attack the British. They are trying to overthrow the British rule. So this is the last question right here. Founded outside India. Who was so favorable today? Right. Who was so favorable today? You're trying to guess. Akkas is the amount of invasion. Akkas is history. Akkas is history. September is Nagaland. August is 6 hours. I'm repeating 6 hours. I'm repeating 6 hours. If you are ready for 6 hours, you are to get a job. You are sure. You are sure to get a job. But if not below 6, you are out of the competition. You can come for next year. You go for next year, okay? But this year, if you are for this year, 6 hours. If you are for this year, 6 hours. Which is very much possible.